Hello everyone, in this video I'm reacting to how being blind affects sexuality and attraction. Blind Tobes. So yeah, let's start reacting to the video.
Alright, let's have it. How's
Hello.
it going, guys? Welcome back to the Blind Tobes YouTube channel. Thank you so
Tobes.
much for dropping
Sorry,
in.
Blind Tobes.
Today, I feel like we've got a really interesting topic. I'm going to be discussing blindness, sexuality, and attraction. I feel like it's a really important topic to discuss. Doesn't get enough spotlight, to be honest, so let's delve into it.
I agree. New theme song. Yay!
Before we do get into it, I would just like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, turn on that bell, and share it with whoever cares. I don't know who cares, but share it with them.
Yeah.
Stop moving.
I'm sorry. So now we've got all of the YouTube stuff out of the way, let's get into it. I get asked about this all the time, actually. People are very, very interested in sexuality and attraction while being blind. I did do a video on my TikTok, very short form, and people asked for more, so we've got a long form bit of content for you. So first, I guess it's important to talk about what sexuality is. In essence, it's just the attraction that someone has towards genders or gender. So you could be attracted to a singular gender, for example, you are straight or gay, or you could be attracted to multiple genders, so you could be pansexual, for example, or bisexual. Or you could be asexual, where you have lowered sexual feelings towards others. So for context, I am straight, I'm attracted to those lovely, lovely women.
Oh, no.
So for context, I'm straight, I'm attracted to women. But you may be thinking, how do I know this? You have to experience all sexualities to figure out. I get asked and told all the time, how do you know your sexuality though? Like, if you haven't experienced all sexualities, all genders, how can you make a choice if you can't see? You can tackle this from two perspectives, really. You can say that when I was younger, I had vision, and this means that I kind of have my preferences sexually. Even if you don't have sexual feelings when you're younger, you kind of figure out what you're attracted to. And secondly, you can come at it by saying sexuality is not a choice. We don't choose it, we just know. I don't need to go through all the sexualities and genders to figure out what I'm attracted to. I just know I'm straight. I was having a conversation with someone once and they asked me, have I only ever been with women? And I replied, yes. And they said to me, well, how do you know you're not a different sexuality then? How do you know you're just straight? Now, I find this a little bit ridiculous because it kind of implies, as I was saying earlier, that you have to try out all the genders or sexualities to figure out what you are. You just know. And I figured out as I've grown up, I don't have any attraction to any other gender than female. I guess this segues us nicely into attraction and how attraction works as a blind person, and I think this is where it gets really interesting. So for those of you who know me, you know that I studied psychology at university and I have a little bit of a background in this stuff, and it turns out, of course, that there is a massive visual component in attraction.
Yes, it is.
Actually, it goes a lot deeper than you might think. It's not just about looking at someone and thinking, oh, you're fit, I might have a bit of that. There's actually a lot of unconscious biases that we have towards attraction, things like facial symmetry, proportions, even different preferences like hair colour that we don't even know about. As I said earlier in the video, I did have vision when I was younger, so I could form my own opinions, but my views on attraction have really changed as I lost my vision and went blind. So obviously when I had vision, I did think to myself, cool, she's quite fit, she's hot, I love that, that's nice. But actually, as I lost my vision, it's transitioned into other senses. So for example, tone of voice, sound of voice. I love a woman with a soft voice. Things like smells, there are certain perfumes and fragrances that just really capture my attention, and I think, I like that, I wonder what that person's like, and that's the first step of attraction for me, I guess. And of course there's touch. When I first interact with someone, I can probably tell that they've got lovely soft skin and they look after themselves. And then later on, if things get a bit more physical, the shape of their body, there's obviously attractions that I have with that as well. I see. And then of course we move on to personality, which for me is the biggest thing. If I click with someone, if I bounce off of someone, that's normally the first steps to being attracted to someone. This doesn't have to be in face-to-face interaction. I remember when I first got with my current girlfriend, Natalie, when we were talking online before university, I thought, I love the way we're messaging, I love the way we're interacting. And I was instantly attracted to her, even without meeting her, hearing her voice, smelling her, knowing what her skin's like, anything like that, which is kind of cool when you think about it. So of course I can only speak for myself, not other blind people, but if there's a good vibe, a good connection, we just click, then I'm probably going to be attracted to you. It's not all about the stereotypical visual aesthetics. So growing up, losing my vision in my teen years, going through puberty, obviously I was then getting very into the dating scene, or trying to anyway. It was really, really difficult as a blind person. What I found a lot of the time is I'd have no problems getting to the attraction stage and I'd be able to find someone who was potentially interested in me, but then they'd learn that I was losing my vision and actually wouldn't be able to deal with that and would cut things off with me. I don't know whether this is an age thing or just the person was being a bit naive or ignorant, but either way it was really difficult as I was growing up. Even as I got into my later teens, it was pretty difficult, as even then, at that age, some of the girls that I was speaking to really had a problem with me being visually impaired or blind. Also, you've got to consider that I really struggled to do things that teenagers typically did for fun. I didn't like parties, loud places.
I see.
And that's really where you meet people to potentially go on to dates with or relationships with. Vibe with!
Toby!
This meant that as a person, I really had to develop and hone in on the skills that I had and the good qualities that I had as a blind person.
I see.
I had to really develop my confidence, my speaking skills, my charisma. Charisma? What is charisma? Charisma. And that probably helped me out in the long run, to be fair, because then when I did meet someone who was accepting of me being blind, they were able to bounce off me and we had a really good connection, like I was speaking about earlier. Big up, Natalie. So I guess for this, my take-home message for you, my dear listener, viewer, if you're blind or fully sighted or whatever, is I think personality has to come first. You have to fit with the person, like a little jigsaw piece. And then the visual attraction should come after that. You've got to tick the boxes, haven't you? Dot your I's, cross your T's. Ultimately, I've learned that there is someone out there for you. There's loads of people on this planet, plenty of fish in the sea. Cliche as it is, you will find someone regardless of what situation you are in at the minute. And there you have it. There's my little journey with my sexuality, my attraction, and a little bit on my dating life. We can go more into my dating life in the future because it was a car crash. As always, guys, if you've made it this far through the video, I love you. You are the best. Thank you very much.
Man. You're
Please
awesome.
remember to hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment,
Your
all
energy
that
is amazing.
stuff.
I like your energy. I like your positivity.
Another video. Complete. Don't be vain.
Toby, he is so sweet. I love his energy. It makes me happy that he's so happy dealing with blindness, that he's like found happiness and he has a girlfriend. It's just so awesome and it makes me happy to see him happy, and I hope everyone enjoyed this video.